Hey y'all, it's the Calming Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Hey Soul Family. I promise you I'm learning this StreamYard. I am getting it together. Good morning, good morning. I hope y'all are doing good and well. Let's get started, okay? Happy happy holidays, guys. It's Thanksgiving. I hope y'all are, getting ready, starting to move around and get your meals and stuff together and all the good stuff. I want to know what y'all watching. I mean eating, I want to know what y'all making. Leave something in the comments and let me know, okay? So I did and first, I'm Erica, your favorite Astro homegirl. Welcome back for those that's been rocking with me. And for those that are new here, welcome, okay? I'm glad to have you, all right? I love to do my readings. And for those that are new here, I do a little bit of the astrology first. We kind of get into, try to keep y'all updated on what's going on. Trying something new with adding clips and stuff to give y'all visuals of the situations that are happening, and then we get into those cards and get into the reading, okay, baby? So let's get started, all right? Let me put my banner up here first so we can, for right now, I'll take it down as we go. But again, everything here again is allegedly, and in my opinion, okay, and used for the Fair Use Act and all the good things, all right? And you can always look on the channel. So welcome, okay? So this one today, all right now is going to be on Miss Kandi Burruss, all right, and Todd Tucker. Now, let's get a little bit into that. First, I want to say this. This is also a special to me because I know Miss Kandi. Hey, I'm Team Kandi Gang, baby, all day. I love her. And fun fact for y'all that don't know, I did her wedding. I did her sweets for her wedding. But Mika did that beautiful, beautiful tall cake. But I actually did the treats table, okay? So I take this really serious and, with all integrity when I start doing my reading on Miss Burruss today, okay? With her and Mr. Tucker. So we're going to get on into it. Let me start with first. I want to just take y'all back down memory lane, okay? Which tickles. And again, if y'all don't got any, press anything, make sure you leave the comments in the comment section, okay? Let me see something. All right, so I see that. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm here. All right, so let's go back down memory lane and make y'all laugh a little bit. See if I can get. Sorry about that. See if I can do this one. Okay, so I gotta remove other later things. So let me remove this one, okay? I'm learning, work with me. Gotta remove that one. All right, let's add. All right, let me make y'all laugh. Okay, because Mama Joyce, I love me some Mama Joyce, baby, okay? See which one it is that we were sharing. This it tickles.
Ocean deep enough and no desert hot enough to keep me off your ass, baby. Just don't let me catch you. Don't let me tell you, ain't no river high enough, ain't no ocean deep enough, ain't no desert hot enough to keep me off your ass, baby. Just don't let me catch you. Don't let me tell you, ain't no river high enough, ain't no ocean.
Okay. It was one more throwback I had to bring for her too before we get into it. She said it was. She said a few things, but I couldn't find that one, y'all. I know y'all would have been tickled. Which one was it? Let me see. This one was oh, that was the one where she. Hold on. Let's see if this is. Guys. Okay. So let me go back to let me see what else. Hold on, bear with me. I want y'all to see this. I pulled up a few things just to take us back down memory lane. Oh yeah, well, we got it. Hey, we got to do this one. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I'm sharing. My bad. I'm sorry. Let me get back. I'm gonna play it again. Yeah. All right, y'all. So let's get on into it and let me get back to the reading. I had to make y'all laugh earlier. I had to take it back. I love me some Mama Joyce. Okay. All right. So let's start. Let's get the ball rolling. I was trying to let me put my glasses on. Get into a little bit of the astrology first before we get into the reading. I want to, kind of touch bases with. Let me remove that banner too. Just want to make sure I put it up so y'all can see it first. Okay. And feel free to, any comments that you have once I start the actual card. But like I said, I'm gonna start the get into a little bit of astrology of Todd and Kandi, and then we're gonna get on into their messages. Okay. So right now we are doing. Let me see if I can add her up there too. Okay, good. Yep, that's Kandi's chart for y'all that can see it. Okay. I'm learning this StreamYard. Work with me because when I went live last night for the casino reading, I realized that I didn't go live in YouTube. So I was like, I wonder. But, make sure y'all go back and check that one out too. Because that is my children's cousin. And, we just got to keep tight prayer. He got some stuff to do. Let's get into Kandi. Okay, Kandi Burruss. Okay, she is a Taurus sun. And she's born on May 17th. All right. Y'all know her as the famous Kandi from Escape, also from Real Housewives of Atlanta and all the things, okay? So she is she's a spring Taurus sun in 26 degrees. Now I'm interested to see which house. And I knew it. I knew this even before I see the chart, right? So look, guys, Kandi is a Taurus, true Taurus sun in its home, in its house, okay? In the second house. Taurus rules the second house. So that explains how, for her energy, her personality, first of all, it also explains her wealth. Let's be clear. Taurus is earth, energy. Taurus rules wealth, the trade, the money, the OO, and all the things, okay? So by her being a Taurus sun, and not only that, but it gets deeper. She has a stellium there, okay? So this also explains her, her masculine energy in the, as people say about her, she's a boss, period. She stand on business and money is going to come to her easily already because of just being a second house Taurus sun, okay? So she is the true queen of pentacles, as we can say, all right, is in the tarot. With that stellium there, let's see what she all has in there. And it seems like when I say she has a huge stellium, she also has her Venus is in Taurus. Okay, okay. So that explains, guys, how she is, you know, she's always been transparent about her sexuality and all the things, and that she, hey, she like to do what she do and get down. So that is true Taurus energy, okay? So by her Venus being there, that also explains how she's able to be fluid and have a really nice freaky time, okay? She also has her Jupiter in Taurus, so that explains her wealth and her expansion. Okay, so her blessings. I mean, that's a hell of a um, blessing to have Jupiter in Taurus. Okay, so that explains her financial means. Okay, and she also has she has her Sun in Taurus, her Venus in Taurus, her Jupiter in Taurus. Wow. Okay, so let me say this. She has her moon. Let's see what that is in the chart. Okay, so she's a Capricorn moon. So she's very heavy earth energy. And let me say this, she's a star. She has an amazing, that moon comes in the Capricorn chart of its home. Okay. So she shines. She's a, multifaceted. She's a artist. She's a producer. I mean, she's a boss. She has so many different things that I can go on and on for all the things that she, does and has, and all the different businesses. Okay, so that explains her energy, and also it's at an extreme degree. That let me see, her no, her moon. Okay, it's 11 degrees. Okay, I got it now. Her Saturn. Okay, where the challenges lie, they're in Cancer. Okay, so let's see where that lies in the chart. All right, so Mother Moon, Cancer, fourth house, home. All right. And right now she is currently experiencing challenges in her home. You know, as her entire now, facing a what? Divorce, okay? At this time, okay? So that makes sense. Let's see what that Chiron wound is. Okay, so her Chiron is in, oh wow, it's in Aries, okay? And it's at an extreme degree. All right. And let's see what it's interesting because Aries is about identity. It's also about war, arguments, okay? Her Mars, where she takes action. Her sexual libido is in Leo. Now let's see where her Leo is in the chart. Okay, it's in her fifth house of partnerships. So that explains why she's a star. She's able to, shine in that area and take action. And of course, she's a part of the escape and all of the things. So all of those things make sense as well. Okay. Now the Uranus, and that's where we are right now. Listen, we in Scorpio season, and her Uranus is in Scorpio. Okay, and that's in eighth house. Hidden matters, taboo subjects, resources as far as taxes and money, the hidden things, other people's resources. And right now, she's experiencing a shakeup in her in this season of Scorpio with her marriage, okay? With her relationship with her I could say, still her husband right now, they aren't divorced yet, okay? Now her let's see where her house of partnerships is. Oh. Okay, so that explains it. Her Libra, her house, her partnership house is in its true house of Libra, but she does have Pluto there. So that also shows like the transformations, the endings, and the beginnings of the relationships that we've seen her have over the years. We saw her, with AJ, of course. Rest in peace, AJ. All right. And just the other transitions of relationships that she's had that you guys have seen in the forefront and the challenges there because Pluto is in her house of partnerships. Okay. But the good thing about endings, they bring new beginnings through transformation. So don't forget that. All right. Now, her North Node is in Scorpio, which is again also is still in the eighth house, even though she has Uranus there. You know, with her North Node being there, she is reaching. She is in her North. She's been in her North Node energy often because North Node is about other people's money, resources, and she is very powerful and very successful in many different businesses and many different projects. So her chart truly aligns. But when I say you can't get no better and no luckier, I mean she has a very blessed chart with that. You know, her being a actual sun in the home of Taurus. Okay, so let's look at Todd real quick, and then we're gonna get into the messages. All right, guys. All right, so Todd is he's a Leo sun. Okay, fifth house partnerships is where Kandi has, and in her fifth house again, she has Mars there. That's where she, takes action. That's your fun house as well, and your sexual libido, and it's also your children. And Riley also is a Leo sun, just so you guys know. All right, and I know that for a fact. I'm a Leo too. Okay. All right. So Todd, Mr. Todd Tucker. Okay. He's born on August 4th, so he shares the same birthday with Meghan Markle and Barack Obama. Okay. He is, I guess his title is production coordinator, manager, whatever. All right, Todd. All right. He runs his house and, worked on the series Run's House and the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. So he's a Leo sun with a Libra moon. Okay. So that's interesting. Okay. Because with him being a Libra moon, remember Candy's Pluto is in that house. So that's where we see in the bump of the heads. Okay. So let's see which house sun he is. So that's why these two link up. Okay. He's a fifth house Leo sun. So it makes sense. And that is where her Mars and her sexual libido is and her fun. So these guys actually got a really good connection. I mean, it can work. That's why it took the distance. I mean, it went the distance for as long as it did because Mars is all about action, right? Then you have, let me see what that Libra moon is though. Oh, okay. So it's in its house of partnerships. That's interesting. So that's why he's into all the threesomes and the alternative I guess you could say way you sex options and all the things and partnerships. Libra is the house of partnerships and the alternative ways of having fun in that area of your life in regards to that. Okay. He has a few things aligned there. So let me make sure if his Pluto is there. Okay, so wow, he also has Pluto there. She has Pluto there. That's interesting because that explains why at this point this could really be an energy where, these two may have truly, possibly run its course. Okay. Or maybe they can end with the Pluto energy and start again on a new foot. All right. We're going to flip the cards and get into it, but it's interesting. He has Uranus there as well. Very interesting because him having those three in the line, I want to say her Uranus is also, just look, wow. No. Hers is in Scorpio. Okay. So his shakeup right now is in partnerships. And of course that makes sense because he's married and his shakeup is in his marriage right now. Okay. And another thing about moon is what is hidden. Moon is what comes it shines. It kind of, pops out. It's kind of like the moon card. Secrets come out. So right now we starting to see secrets, messages, news, how he gives down more information into their personal, relationship is coming out right now. So it makes sense. He also has his Chiron, so his wound is also in Aries as well. So this is about, at this point, both of these people, believe it or not, depending on their transit, could be going through some form of an identity, crisis issue, and it doesn't have to be in the physical identity as far as how you view yourself, how you see yourself. This could be in a spiritual energy, elevating in different ways, and how they identify with, new chapters of their life. They may be in different areas of what they are both, wanting for themselves at this time. And that may be an issue that's causing the issue between the two. So it's interesting to look at charts, guys, because they really do tell the story. And we're going to get into the cards. His Saturn is in Cancer. It makes a lot of sense, okay? Because Saturn is clearly where your challenges lie in the chart. So his Cancer is in his true house of his home in the 4th house. And by him having Saturn there, see what but his Jupiter is in Aquarius. And that also is kind of like the pennies from having the area of partnership. So this was a blessed relationship for him in this lifetime. Kandi brought blessings to Todd, and clearly we can see that. Now, the challenges come in the home, in the, mother house of Cancer. And we see that, he did lose his mom. Sorry about that. But it's factual and it's here. All right. So it makes all the sense in the world. So mother wound as well that Kandi deals with as well when it comes to Todd, even though it's hidden and you can't see it. Okay. And her Saturn is in Cancer. So that's interesting. So the challenges right now come in the home, challenges right now in the marriage. All right. Makes all the sense in the world. So let's get into the cards, guys, and let's see what's going on. So let me see if I can fix it, because I think I got this where y'all can be able to see me do. Okay. Let me see if I can do it now. But I can. Hold on. See if I can add the other camera. I thought I could. But maybe I got to redo it now. Okay, so let's see. Let me stop it. Now I can. All right, now let's get into it. Let's see. Let me remove that. Okay, now we got it. Let's see. Haha, we here. All right, so y'all can see me do the cards at the same time. All right. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start with Kandi's current energy. And I got a lot of new decks too, guys. Let's see what we got here. And good morning. I was trying to get some stuff, get y'all some readings out now before we, for the holidays, so y'all can have something to look back. So make sure y'all go back and check out casinos too, okay, guys? And if y'all got some questions, put them in the chat. I think I can see the comments here. I'm not sure, but let me know, okay? All right, so let's start with Miss Kandi. It's gonna be her current energy, okay? And then we'll get into all the things. So let's see what's going on right now. Let's get down to business. All right, I'm gonna clear the thing. I already blessed the cards too, so. All right. Okay, so let's see what's up. All right, we're gonna start with the regular cards, and then we're gonna get on down to business. Okay. Hope y'all doing good. Let me see if I can adjust this. So I can, yeah, that's better. There we go. All right. Candy, baby. It's a new deck too, y'all. Let's get her current energy. See what's up with her. I'm glad y'all here for those that's checking in too. What's up? Good morning. I know I said I put 3 a.m. up there, but I'm gonna be better about when I come on so y'all will know. And I'll even try to put a post in a thing and let you know too. I said I'm trying to get it together. It's Thanksgiving week, so y'all know I got cakes to make too. So when I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and get back with the cakes. But I'm gonna come back, try to come back later. We need to do some type of Thanksgiving live, but we can see you know what's going on, more current topics, okay? Got an outcome with a lot on bed too, alright? Okay. See. That's my girl. Listen, Kandi. You're looking real pretty too, lady. I tell her every time I get a chance to see her. Didn't get to see her and my sisters. There was so many people there. But anyway, I'll see you soon. Let's see. So let's see the current energy. And then we'll get into more questions, okay? Oh, wow. The cards, they need something else. I'm going to just leave it like that, okay? All right, so let's turn them over. Oh, wow. Y'all ain't even gonna believe this. Messages be the messages, don't they? All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let's unpack. All right, so the first card that we got, guys, is interesting and it's crazy. And it is right now what it is. And the situation has already happened. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see it. But we got a 3 of Swords. So this is the, you know, breakdown of the marriage, the breakdown of the relationship, okay? And with that 3 of Swords, basically outside, you know, party, 3, you know, a 3-way situation of the things going on that caused the breakdown of this marriage, all right? So this was about betrayal. This is about heartbreak, okay? And when you see it in the upright, this is not only the current energy, but this is the true energy of how she's feeling right now. I noticed that she came to the internet and she said, I'm putting on a brave face, I'm doing all the things, but hey, I'm not all that great. And it's here, okay? Love, okay? You got it. She's strong. But this has brought a lot of unhappiness to Kandi too for some time, just so y'all know. This been going on, okay? Third party entity or energy, period. It may have been good when it was until it wasn't anymore, okay? Four of Wands, again, this brought heartbreak to the home, okay? This is what shook up their household and their marriage. So now is the situation as well about the home. Remember they said Todd is staying in the guest house and Kandi is in the main house at this time, okay? So this is the breakdown to the home. This is a loss, okay? So this is a situation too, guys, with the Five of Cups in reverse, where you can clearly see that they've been separated for a while. All right, this separation didn't just happen when we heard it on the internet this past week or within the past weekend. Okay, this is something that, again, with that Three of Swords sitting here in the upright, it's already been it's been brewing. It's happened. A lot of events behind the scenes that we don't even know. We just getting privy to the fact that it's a breakdown. They're in the middle of considering getting divorced, and we're seeing all these things come out now. Okay, listen, this is the energy of when you see that Ace of Wands right here. I hate to say it, but you see that's the phallus at the end of the day. Okay, so this is the energy, also Leo energy, of what Todd, a scheme that Todd set up to bring the bullshit. Okay. Bottom line, point blank. Okay. But let me say this. With that Five of Cups in reverse, this is a situation where it is grief here. All right. It is the energy of loss. And as some energy, some regret. Okay. That Kandi's feeling, because this is her current energy. Okay. And disappointment. She experiencing a lot of disappointment in this, energy of this relationship with Todd. Disappointed in, him choosing, his lower self other than his higher self. Okay. But this is also an energy of, her kind of in a place where she could be willing to accept this and move forward, move on. It's almost like going through the motions, going through the heartbreak, going through the loss, and then accepting the energy of new beginnings, moving forward, new creative projects. Even though she's going through a whole lot, she's going to draw inspiration and continue to move forward. And Kandi's going to always continue to have, she's going to be prosperous in how she moves forward. And success in her, whatever she puts her hands on as far as business, which is understood because she's a certified boss, and that's just what it is, period. Ain't no going back and forth about that, all right? But this also represents her, I say the word estranged husband at this time, because he's in the process of new creative projects to move forward, okay? In his life, rather, and it's here, okay? You got the Queen of Cups here, and again, this can be a couple of things, okay? This is Kandi, of course, she's the Queen of Pentacles, but this is an energy of her stepping into a new her, she's in a place now where she, again, like I said, when we was looking at the astrology chart, okay, she through this, you know, phase, chapter in her life, everything that she's gone through, she's starting to be tap in more into her intuition. Okay, she is becoming more sensitive to uh, listening to her spiritual self, her higher self, and this is where she shifted to and grown as a person again with this ace, a new chapter, a new Kandi in certain, in this particular area of her life. Okay. So her spiritual side may be becoming very, very much more heightened and more stronger right now. Okay. This is about cycles, moving on, the next card, world chapter. Also, I want to say this too. This Queen of Cups also represents that she's really true and honest when she's telling y'all she's in her feelings about what has gone on, okay? Understand that as well. And when you're looking at third party energy, it could be a water sign that brought some form of a, energy to this relationship. You get me? That caused a breakdown, okay? Within the marriage. Just wanted to add that too. And then moving on with the world card, this is about, new cycle, moving on to new chapters, okay? So she's in a place where she is, again, diving more deep into her spiritual energy, as well as stepping into new chapter of herself, where she's wanting to just have like a fulfillment energy, a peaceful energy. Maybe not wanting to do all the back and forth like how she was, or maybe in an energy of, like I said, it's different in how she want to move forward in her relationship. Okay. Now, how, I can't say, but the messages are here. Okay. This is the energy where when you see that Eight of Pentacles, this is all that she worked for. All right. She puts in work. But this represents, you know, um, Todd coming with a scheme that he set up to bring the bullshit. Okay. Because this is the, work with no effort, the laziness, feeling like somebody owe you something. Okay. So yes, he's gonna come in the energy. This does have to do with money too when it comes to this relationship. Him saying not feeling like a man in certain energies, but this also represents bad investments that even if she brought opportunities to the table, you see that with that Ace of Wands for him, you can clearly see here that she brought a lot of blessings, a lot, and even in astrology, it says that this was a blessed partnership for him. But what he did with his resources that she, or blessings that she brought to him, he didn't manage them well. Bad business decisions, bad, doing all the things, using your, you get what I'm saying? What you call it, lower energy, and wasting money, spending money that didn't need to be spent, not putting it up in a way that he should for him to continue to thrive and move forward and is here. So this is a situation where he is going to be a problem when it comes to the finances, when it comes to her. So very much a situation with that Eight of Pentacles right here with home and these Three of Swords where he can call himself trying to come up with some underhanded situation where he gonna try to get her some issues when it comes to the finances is here. But this is also represents him not making the best decisions when it came to the finances. Okay, let's be clear. Also, you have, listen, you can say what you want to say, but the King of Cups is here. Okay, and this is the energy of he and his feelings as well. He's also experiencing a loss when it comes to the marriage. You see that? And when you see these cards, it's interesting because Queen of Cups, King of Cups came out. But look, her back turned to him. It didn't come this way, came this way. So he brought the drama. He brought the stress. He brought the loss to this marriage. And she's at a point where she's ready to hit that new cycle. Okay. It's like when you see that death, I mean, the Five of Cups in reverse, which is clearly like a loss, a death, because all the five cups filled. But it's in reverse because this breakdown has already happened. And this is the emotions that she's going through. Okay. That's interesting. So he's also experiencing, an energy of loss and regret and all the things in his feelings. Okay. Let me say this. This was an energy of, when you see the Nine of Cups in reverse, that's about, you know, disappointment. Okay. Like, this is the card of wish fulfillment. And when it's, in reverse, it's like unfulfilled, unhappiness. Right here with this, King of Cups sitting right there in the Page of Pentacles in reverse, is due to money. Okay. So he was here. And it's also disappointment on Kandi's end. Like, nigga, you came. I'm disappointed in you on how you handling in the breakdown of our marriage, all about finances. Page of Pentacles is about news and money. Y'all see that? But also when it's in reverse, it's about, poor, like I said, decisions and how he used the opportunities that she brought to the table. Immature energy, okay? Underhanded. And it's disappointing to her that that's the energy you on coming, to me with the bullshit, trying to take. So, I mean, that's what it is right now. And it's facts. He is, there in an energy the wrong way in regards to money. You see that, y'all? Damn, that's crazy. These cards on point. All right. So let's add, y'all got any questions there that's in here? And welcome. Hey, Mother. Hey. It says, let me see what you said. Ma'am, my boyfriend is okay. So you know what? Maybe we'll do a live, where we can ask questions too. I might do that once we get through the what you call it. But hey, welcome. Once we get through the holiday, once I get through the cakes and stuff, maybe I'll go late and we can do questions for y'all, personal questions, okay? So let's ask now. So we see the current energy. Let's see, before I ask what's to come of this, let's ask for Todd current energy. Then we'll break down the questions. So let's get into that, okay? And then we can do some of the messy cards. But I do want to see his current energy as well. So then we can really understand the card messages when they unpack, okay? So let's get into it. Let's see. So even though he's soft, still want to go a step further and get his energy, okay? And we're going to even ask, too, how he feels. So let's see. I'm gonna clear the deck and then ask. And good morning, y'all. Just checking in. I see y'all coming in and coming out. But hey, I'm glad you're here. And so right now, we just finished Kandi's current energy. We're going to do a little something and see what's up with Todd current energy before we get into the message cards, okay? I'm just clearing the deck right now. So let's clear this. Let's see. See what's up with Mr. Todd. See his current energy right now. Then we're gonna ask how he feel. See how she feel for sure. I love you, Kandi girl. Always, but did more than just her wedding too, just so y'all know. I did Kandi cares. I did so many things for her. Cakes, wine. I'm grateful that she gave me the opportunity to do it too as well. So, that was a cool chapter in my life. Todd Tucker from Spirit. Todd Tucker, Leo Sun. Leo Sun. Okay. It came outside. One go with her. Good. All right, we kept it. So we okay, now that's fine. Okay, so we keep it. Y'all see that? These cards, interesting. This is a new deck too. I like them. Okay. We're talking. All right, Mr. Tucker. You got some stuff to say, huh? Okay. And you know what I meant to show y'all too that I didn't show and I forgot because it got so engulfed in the reading with Kandi's cards. But let me just show y'all when you know how you will see me sit the deck right here. This card was the 10 of Cups in reverse in her reading, just so y'all know when the deck was sitting this way. All right. And it's kind of like interesting now when I pull the cards, you can kind of see the messages in the forefront off to the side. So, of course, you know, 10 of Cups is about loss of family, loss of home, loss of marriage, divorce. And it was interesting because divorce was right there in her cards right there. Just wanted to say that before we unpack Todd's cards, okay? So let's get into it. Now, let's see what he got, child. That's interesting. Let me see this. Moves up here so y'all can see as much as you can in the space. All right, so I'm gonna say something because this is sitting here again, right? This Queen of Cups was in Kandi cards. So again, her first card out was that Three of Swords. So this could very well, it could be one or two things, okay? This could also represent Kandi and her energy where she is like, her back is turned. Again, she like, child. She at a breaking point now where she is ready possibly to move forward, especially since she had that world card to move forward, on to a new cycle, okay? Also, this could represent, again, this third party energy that was the interference could be very much so a water sign, okay? So let's get into it. The first card, it came out for Mr. Todd. And it's interesting because Saturn, again, challenges is in the astrology chart. We saw it. The Chariot rules that house, all right? Cancer. This Chariot energy is in reverse, okay? So when you see that, this is the situation of, you know, at a halt, you know, conflict to the situation. He's the one who, you know, brought the drama. He's the one who, this is confirmation that he brought the breakdown to the relationship and to the marriage, okay? With his, you know, forceful energy, his you know, wanting to dispute her on relate with the finances or whatever different things, even if it was, outside parties, coming in. But he's definitely the one that brought the conflict. He's in conflict with himself right now. He feels powerless in an energy, in a sense. He feels like, he's been shut off. She might have even cut resources and finances off from him. It's here, right here. Okay. So he may have had access to, a certain resource, and now he doesn't have that access anymore. It's interesting because the Lovers card is here and it came out sideways. Y'all see that? And one thing about me, when I see how I read my cards, Lovers is, when you see the cards, it's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? And again, this backs up this Chariot right here that's in reverse. Like I said, Lovers is all these different, him stepping outside the marriage. Maybe they had certain rules in place to agree, if we do this, this is what's expected of you, in this marriage. If we bring another person in the bedroom, you know, um, Chariot energy here, Three of Swords, and her cards previously, these different lovers causing the conflict, also causing the breakdown. Addition to, you know, the breakdown of the marriage and the relationship is here. Okay. So again, this could also be more than one person or more than one situation that, is bringing the chaos. And this is him doing other things with more than one person when you see the Lover's card going sideways. Okay. And it's crazy because this full moon that's coming out is Gemini energy, and this card represents that. And that's the moon that's ahead this week. Okay. Scorpio energy, secrets come out. Like I said, we starting to see more and more news about Todd, being, coming out and then, in the forefront. Okay. So this is about arguments and bad choices in the situations that you brought in that allowed to break down your marriage, to break down your partnership with your wife. Okay. It's interesting. Okay. And him not being able to control his desires. Okay. Sexual desires. Stepping out, And I said that with that Ace of Wands and her reading. Okay. Again, when you see that, that's crazy. He got that 10 of Wands, right? It's in reverse. He is in a not in a good place. Because when you see that 10 of Wands, this is the breakdown, the whole collapse, Even this card is about learning to say no. And again, like I said, this is his, weakness, sexual energy, desires, letting them take over. All right. Which again stands on business with what broke down the marriage and the relationship. Okay. It's like a collapse for him. But also this is a collapse for him again in resources in his life, because she brought blessings to his life. Let's be clear. All right. Let me see. Also you got this Page of Wands, again, news. This man a mess, honey. That's all I can say. He a whole handful, period. Full of shit, period. Okay? So, again, when you see this Page of Wands, this is like hasty energy, coming in about, throwing tantrums, trying to keep her distracted while he, got all this extra bullshit going on, basically. Okay. But this is also news of, like I said, infidelities and the things that he been doing outside. They starting to come out more and more and more. So like I said, don't be surprised. Okay. But again, it's funny. He ain't got no motion, baby, because you got that Chariot in reverse and you got the Strength card in reverse. So this weakens Todd, the breakdown of this marriage, okay? And again, like I said, he didn't make no the good decisions with the businesses and the finances when he did have it available. So what he does have available, guys, he's gonna have to really use to flip and turn around. And like I said, we saw his new creative project. I think they showed him having a play that's coming out, things like that. So he's moving quickly to, turn his situation around, his financial situation, okay? But right now, he also feels the breakdown in the marriage. Again, like I said, the King of Cups came out. I mean, he's in his feelings as well, okay, in this situation. But again, I don't see cups on the table for him. And I would want to see more feelings towards his wife than his, negative aspects and toxic ways and toxic desires when it comes to what he brought to break down the marriage, okay? Again, 3 of Wands, three-way, threesome, three-party situation. You got it? And when this card is in reverse, this is about restriction. This is about delays. This is about, again, the tantrums, the frustration that he has, the obstacles he felt like in the marriage, as well, when you see this. And certain energies that they couldn't agree upon. When it comes to, again, this is about business and partnership as well, that Lover's card, okay? And this brought a struggle, which he felt like restricted him. It limited him. It brought obstacles, because they did not agree on situations in this marriage when it came to business, partnerships, finance, okay? You got right here the 2 of Cups, okay? And this is the marriage. Now, I'm going to say this. It's a possibility that, and I spoke too soon. I said I didn't see cups here, but I do. And this is divine communion. This is the marriage, all right? Right now, in reverse, it is about separation and disharmony. But this speaks to, it's a possibility that he gonna, try to do, get her back. He try to come back. They can have some form of a reconnection, guys. Like, I mean, we seeing everything that's playing out right now, but it's a small scope right here with this card being off to the side that they can possibly work this out. He do love her, but he got some ways about him, and it's toxic, and it's like a selfish energy. And the fact of the matter is, it's very much factual in his energy because he's a Leo sun, and all these wands represent Leo energy. Okay, wanting to control, but you leading, but you leading, but you're not leading with, I'm trying to find a word. It's like you're not a leader. It is what it is. The impatient, the being distracted. It's like you're leading, but not a good leader. Okay, so you wanted to force your views, your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas, but they're not, unfortunately, not successful ideas because strength in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, 3 of Wands in reverse. If you want to stand on business and talk about business, 3 of Wands is all about expansion. It's all about growth. It's all about, new horizons, continuing to grow. It's not in his energy. It's in her energy. She the boss, period. 4 of Pentacles is about, he right now, he like, I got to hold on to my little coins here, there. Like I said, he can have some money, but he got some decisions to make. So he got to be stingy in a sense and the energy and how he moved forward. He got to be very strategic, okay, with his next projects ahead and what he trying to get his hands on as far as finances go, okay? And let me show you this. These are together. You see that? So the money is stressing him out, baby. You see that? It's all in his mind, all in his thought process. You can't make it up, you know? So it's interesting to see. And it's also guilt. You know, he's having an energy of, you know, depression for him. But it's still linking to reckless spending, okay? Uh the openness and just, you know, giving freely, just pissing away the resources that have brought the stress and anxiety on you. And also guilt, you know, and it's like he's at a breaking point. And this is what caused the breakdown. This is Kandi, baby. Queen of Pentacles, okay? Abundant, blessed. And this is what he looked at her as. Queen of Pentacles, finances, you know, nurturing, look, you know, living in luxury, period. You know, the comfort was here of leaving, okay? And that brought comfort to his life. But look, Aquarius, breakdown in the partnership. Can't make up his chart. You lost your Jupiter because the star card is Aquarius. Losing her brings him despair. You see that? He feel hopeless, like what in the fuck am I gonna do? Look at that. Dang. The messages be the messages. You can't make them up. All right, so let's ask how he feel about her. That's what I want to know. Because, I mean, I see it, but I want to ask again. We'll just do a 3-4, then we're going to put some message cards, okay? Let's see. I want to see. Get some messages on that. How does Todd feel about Kandi? We'll just do a quick 3-4, okay? See if you which we saw in those last cards. It's a loss for him, baby. Huge loss. How does he truly feel about her? Okay. He feeling about her. Let's see. Okay. And he is coming for finance. That's kind of extra. Look, same car, same shit. We got a lot of shit going on. Outside energy. Whew. Okay, so can't fill out. See? Still the same energy. Okay, so it's interesting. The two of wands is here. That's again that dual energy. And with it being in reverse, he feel like whatever he did was a poor decision. Taking risks, bad risks though. Bad planning. Mm. Generous energy. Fulfillment. Wholeness. It's what she could provide though. And this is his toxic energy, guys. In foolish, reckless ways. Again, same energy. Bad investments. More news of him not doing all what he's supposed to do. Vengeful. So he's gonna be a problem for her. Right. Try to work it out with her, but under what conditions, like what terms, But you see that in that Two of Cups energy, like you try to come back. I'm gonna ask what's ahead for her though. In reverse, gotta do this to work again. Same energy, guys. I'm not changing his ways. Still on the bullshit. His money, his concern is the finances and the loss and the comfort that she brought. Mama Joyce, and you gotta listen to our elders, Bobby. She was right, baby. Okay, so let's add I wanna add, guys, what about hey Osimo. How you doing? Good morning. Glad y'all here. I'm thinking let's get some messy messages before we ask the energy for Kandi, okay? I got a new deck too, so I'm gonna pull a couple of these, and then I got the yin yang, like the little design. So let's see. Look like they will be moving on. Possibly true divorce. I mean, it's an energy of a small energy of reconciliation, but under what's terms, like how genuine are you? And clearly based on that, not genuine. Like you selfish ways, or toxic ways, and your desires. She allowed him different things, but he went out of bounds with it. It's in the cards. Mm-hmm. Let's see. It's a new deck. Come on now. Let's see. Let's see what they got. Okay, thank you. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull all right, let's see. I'm gonna pull from this one too. These are new. Real quick. Get some messages. Some mess. Come on. Good morning for y'all that's checking in. I'm getting some message cards for Todd and Kandi. So, extra one right out. We're gonna take that. All right. Let's get some messages. There's no what you call it? No particular order, but we're gonna read. And I'm gonna get a few of these too. We'll pull them out 1 to 3, okay? I'm tired of Kandi. We get some oracle message cards on them. And then we're gonna ask what's the calm with Kandi, you know? All right, that's too. I'm gonna do like 3 of these and I'm gonna do those. And good morning, y'all. Good morning. Thank you for rocking with me early. And make sure y'all go back so you can catch all the reading. It's been pretty interesting too. Okay. There we go. Yep. I'm gonna take those. This is it. I'm gonna look for a few of these. Now let's break down and see what's really what was some of the things, you know. Welcome to you. Welcome. Okay. Let's see what's up. Kandi. Okay. Let's see what's up. All right, let's get the messages, guys. All right, so these came out this way, so we'll just leave it. All right, so we're gonna start with what we started with. All right, so we got light bulb moment, okay? So this is a situation where she, sudden realization, feeling inspired, insightful awareness, okay? So this is the energy where, again, you saw a lot of pages with news came out. It's like I said, she had an enlightenment moment. Like, you know what? I'm not going to put up with this bullshit no more. I had enough, okay? Turn. Remember I said his energy? Party animals, sex, drugs, alcohol, surface pleasures. I can't make the messages up. That is crazy. And this is the situation of the breakdown. And, add to the situation, okay? Graduation day, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. Remember I said she's in a situation of elevation. They in 2 different situations. He's still in turn energy. She in elevation energy, okay, guys? That's obvious, as you can see, okay? Also, you got knocked up, pregnancy, expecting, mothering. This could just be a situation where, it's possible that an outside person can come with this energy, but this can also just represent the fact that they have children together and that, there'll be some decisions made about that in this particular relationship and marriage, okay? You got chemistry, intense passion, things, are heating up. So This is his passion energy, his sexual desires and all the things that allow him to pull in his point. And this is also to say that they had a good, chemistry. It didn't go 11 years for nothing till the flame went out. You get what I'm saying? So you got truth coming out. Remember I said that. Did I not? Truth coming out. Again, I can't make the messages up. Activation. She's her higher self. Kandi is elevating into that energy. She already a boss. She already, a whole, just a whole. She the power move. She is all the things and more. Accomplished, blessed, beautiful family, beautiful children. But now it's her higher self, her spiritual activation is tapping on in. Comfort zone, south node, clinging. You see that? That's the energy he brings. That was that chariot in reverse. All those wands in reverse. Your south node is karmic relationships, okay? Just holding on to situation because she felt like this is my marriage. I don't want to move up out of it. When she, the comfort zone energy, okay? Stability, harmony, flow. That's what she's headed. That's her goal. That's the energy. That's that new cycle, that world card, okay? She already stable, but stable in her what? Higher self. You see that, guys? Rebirth, okay? During the winter time. Again, remember I said with that Pluto in those relationship house, endings bring new beginnings, okay? And we are now in the what? Winter season, okay? And look, it's a small situation where they could reconcile, but under what, you know, conditions or circumstances, okay? Again, assistance, her spirit guides are here. Her angels, her ancestors, her spirit guides are stepping in. They talking to her. Assistance in the energy of her intuition being heightened. She's leveling up spiritually in so many ways, okay? And this is where she is moving away from that South Node energy in those cards. Experiencing, the fragmented, the loss, the rejection of the marriage is here. Okay. But guess what? She's honoring self-worth and moving in her expectations. Okay. She had a different expectation. Remember, I said they in two different places. All right. And look, trust divine timing. And her angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are giving her the strength and the courage to understand now, to trust in divine timing, everything in divine timing. Can't make it up. I really like those cards. Those are nice. Let's keep it a book. Wow. Okay. Now you got this one. This is the energy of, this is a past life. South Node is past life. So the messages are through and through, okay? Previous connections, unexplained familiarity, soul memories. I've known you before. So her and Todd were a past life connection, okay? Saw that in the South Node cards. He waiting on a payday. So he'll receive some funds, financial rewards, money rolling in, celebration of success, checks, cash. But also this is Kandi and new endeavors and projects. So she can continue to prosper, continue to forge forward, continued success. And his little coins, he gonna need to do what? He gonna need to hold on to that, okay? She's at that crossroad. Here go the divorce right here. Can't make the messages up. Important choices, life-changing decisions. Choose wisely. Your next step matters, okay, Miss Burruss? Love you, girl. Okay? Wow. And look, luxury life. That's what he liked, that she brought to the table for him. Comfortable wealth, indulgence, enjoying rewards because I deserve it. Ain't that something? And look, I said it, my girl is unbreakable. Okay? She leveling up even more so spiritually, inner toughness, enduring the hardships, strength through adversity. Nothing can break me. All right? So keep pushing, Kandi. You already know, baby, you a whole boss. I love you too. Okay? Admire her in so many ways. Real talk. Okay, she's taking a high road, unbothered, brushing it off and moving past it. And that could be the energy that he's trying to, put on as right now. All right, like that's like he's gonna, he's taking a high road. Okay, but look, imposter, fraud. Okay, stolen identity. Keep faking it. Child, these messages gonna rub me out of here. I can't even make this shit up. Can y'all see that? That is crazy, right? Flexing, showing off, prideful and conceited, flashy and boastful. Baby, if this ain't Mr. Tucker, oh my God, that's crazy. And that's what the cards was breaking down and saying, okay? But my girl gonna continue to slay, succeeding in it, on point and killing it, dominating the competition, okay? I love it. Look, this is the outside enemies, the fake shit, frenemies, fake friends, two-faced with hidden intentions. And we saw that a lot in his energy and a little bit in hers as well with the three of swords coming in right away, okay? Look, throwing hands, disagreements, hostility and animosity, conflict and fighting. And that is what they're experiencing right now when it comes to the marriage, with all the things that went on that brought them to this place, as well as the finances, okay? Hung up, fixated, obsessive attachment, focusing in. Remember I said his toxic desires. Wow. Can't make it up. So as we get to the end of this, I love these cards and factual they have been so very much. Let's see what's to come for our girl in this marriage. So let's see what the outcome is. Energy outcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We at the end, so hopefully you'll be able to tap in at the beginning. But this is what's to come in this marriage and what's ahead for Miss Burruss. Okay? Very much so. Let's see. All right. Thank you. Oh, wow. Let me take a 6 piece. Candy. Okay. All right, let's see what the outcome. What's to come? Okay, let's see how. All right, y'all see how to turn it this way. This way. Interesting. It's kind of like some of the same cards we had coming out. Let's see it. All right, the come of this marriage. All right, so let's unpack before we get out of here. Right now, this is the energy of, an Empress energy, because again, Kandi is abundant and fruitful, okay? But this is the energy of, his insecurities, are going to continue to come out in regards to you know, as they are closing out the cycle with this divorce that is here. Okay. You know, she is the divine feminine, all right? And she is abundant. But negligence is here, guys, at the end of the day. You know, he's negligent. Okay. And this is the energy of her kind of taking a step back, you know, in her energy, certain ways that he can try to impede upon her or make her feel, you know, insecure in certain ways or situations now that they are, you know, separated at this time, okay? But the hermit is here. And again, Kandi is a, you know, earth energy. This is the energy, even though it's a Virgo energy, it's still earth energy. But it's like, you know what? She also has held back her resources from him, taking back her power. When you see that Empress in reverse, she's going within because this is a spiritual card. Again, she's in a spiritual awakening and elevation phase in her life, okay? So she's taking back her power, taking back her resources. She's going within and she's coming and diving deep with, you know, stronger wisdom, you know, stronger in, what you call it, stronger wisdom, stronger, it was a word that I was trying to use, okay? But this also represents independence and freedom, but in a like a peaceful or heart. It's like you're having that a breakthrough in that energy, all right, of peace and harmony. You can't buy peace, period. Okay. So it's like she's moving and navigating through any sadness, any delays, any self-pity energy. And she's going through the transition of taking back all the lows and recycling them to her highs, okay? Um, this is him still on his bullshit, all right? Um, with this Knight of Wands in reverse, reckless energy, you know, continuing on. We're gonna continue to see him move recklessly, not making the best decisions in an arrogant energy. We saw that in the message cards, okay? As they, you know, get ready to close this cycle out. Queen of Swords is here, so he's gonna bring strife and stress when it comes to the divorce, okay? Because this is the legal aspect of it when you see that Queen of Swords in reverse. But this is also about more gossip coming out, you know, him being spiteful, you know, just very, I hate to say it, but it's gonna be some cruel energy to come out in regards to how Todd is moving, because Kandi's in a place of change and transition, but even higher elevation to her, for herself, for her higher good, you know. Again, bringing bullshit to the divorce, Page of Pentacles, news about money. So again, just like I said, poor business decisions, you know, but gonna try to get over, try to get something more than what he deserves. So we can be on the lookout to see him challenge her when it comes to this divorce and separation. Is here, okay? And also that Chariot is here. It's about, you know, conflict. They're gonna have conflict, okay? Because his goal is to dispute probably the agreement, the marital. I think it was one of the something they had. I can't remember if it was the prenup, whatever it is. But he gonna bring drama to it with his what toxic ways. The devil is here again, through and through. Through again, you saw through the message cards, his addiction, his obsession, his materialism, his excessiveness. But guess what? He powerless without her resources. But she holding back on the resources. When you see that Empress, she drawing her power from back within, okay? Look, cheating is right here, all right? So we're going to see, you know, this also, when it's in reverse, this is about, you know, confessing, again, secrets come out, situations about the relationship, the infidelities come out, you know, even just kind of like, it's a lot of things when it's in reverse, okay? Slandering, you know, blackmail, just like real shady ways, okay? um could be taken approach, but also could be, you know, just deceitfulness, guys. Deceitfulness, the deceitfulness, all right? And that's what he's done. That's the energy he's coming in. That's what Mama Joyce didn't like, you know, the dishonesty, the manipulation. That's what it's all about with him, you know, and causing the struggle on the marriage. So we're gonna see as they close this cycle out. But when you see this in reverse too, this is her switching up her strategy. Like I said, pulling back on her resources, calling back her power, drawing in her, you know, elevating higher in her spiritual and higher self and spiritual energy, releasing the toxic energy that was going on. She ain't moving on to a new cycle. He's still on the bullshit. She's elevating towards that. All right. But don't be surprised when we see this all happen, okay? And this is going to bring a collapse to Todd, too. So he got to really tread well on his finances and how he's going to do with his new plays and projects, okay? You see how fast he came up with a project now that he ain't with her. And even though they've been separated for a while, trust me, money has been a whole thing for him. And that's been the whole thing with this whole situation anyway, okay? But the last card is interesting. You got, this is a new cycle. This is moving forward, moving on, okay? The world card is here again. And as she continues to move forward, guess what? The secret's going to come out. Uncertainty is coming out. So don't be surprised when we see more things be unveiled in the situation. This is just really kind of getting the wheels turned. So we will revisit this again, okay? But the secrets, the illusion, all right? And this is her intuition strengthening as she moves into her new higher self, new cycle, new life moving forward, okay? And this is, look, his uncertainty heading into his new chapter. So, you know, hey, it gets deep, don't it, guys? All right, so we're going to see. And we will revisit this again, but let's buckle up our seatbelts and, you know, see how this all moves forward. And like we said, you know, she moving on to new right now. You know, it's a possibility, but what under circumstance would they reconnect? And, you know, his energy is just Mama Joyce one line, you know. Gotta listen to the elders, ain't that right? Love me some Mama Joyce. She said, ain't no valley loud high enough to keep me off your ass. So Todd, better find somebody else to play with, all right? So anyway, that was Miss Kandi Burruss, the boss, all right? Queen of Pentacles, and that was Mr. Todd Tucker. So I love y'all. I'm glad y'all rocked with me this morning. I'll be back. I'll probably put some back in the traditional way too. Just trying to go live with y'all more and add this aspect to the channel. Okay. Trying something new so we can keep elevating and growing together. All right. So I will be back. I don't know. I gotta get these cakes out. Okay. So I'll try to come back closer to when Thanksgiving. I know we got a lot of family and a lot of food going, so I want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving holiday and holidays, and praying that it is fruitful and blessed with you and yours and your family. Again, we'll be back soon. I got a lot of people on the roster, so like I said, I'm gonna pop in and see what I can do. Y'all just keep your notification bells on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Kandi girl, I love you. You a whole boss and you got this, baby. All right. And for you guys, I will see all you, my soul family, soon and in the next one, okay? So peace and love, y'all. And love y'all. Okay, let me put my banner up before I go, just so y'all can see as I close out. All right. And don't forget that for y'all to just check in to go back and start at the beginning when I end the stream so you can catch the whole reading. All right. I love y'all. Okay. Take that down. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and love. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching the Calming Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family. And I'll see you guys in the next one.